All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are back here on the live stream of Tech360.tv, and this afternoon it is time for Tech Talk, and we're going to be talking about buyer behavior here in Singapore. And joining me is the online editor of Stuff.tv, and Tian He, a familiar face for sure. Welcome to.
Whoa, sorry about that. I guess I'm too excited. Or maybe the mics are too excited and it's feedback.
All
Hey,
right, well,
Tim. Nice to see you again.
welcome to Tech360. It is our first Tech Talk. You're our first guest
Yep.
ever.
Correct. It's your first live show also, right?
It is. And we're live streaming on Tech360.tv. For those of you who are watching us at home, we are at the Singapore Expo. It is the PC show happening for the next 4 days here at the Singapore Expo. All right, Tian, since people are still probably watching us from home or their offices before coming down here, what should they be looking out for when they're shopping here in the next 4 days?
Well, I've actually been coming down to PC show and all the other IT shows over the past few years. And I guess the one most important thing people look out for are the telco deals. So as you know, Singtel just yesterday, they announced that they are launching the data more and mobile share plans. So that basically means you can bundle your data together and share it with everyone else under supplementary lines. Telco deals are also great because sometimes you get better bundles, maybe a cheaper subscription, or you get some freebies like maybe even a laptop. I haven't really taken a look at it, but I'm sure there will be more freebies. So other things, TVs. I know for a fact that sometimes I come down to the PC show just to get a new TV, and I have been eyeing like maybe a new Samsung TV. And most of the time, you do see huge discounts on the TVs here, basically because during the hourly deals, they will actually slash down the prices for display units that they've been using for demonstration purposes. What is different for PC show this year is they actually have an experience zone. So it's actually, if everyone's coming down, there's a showcase Know Your Tech. So you actually get to see products and experience it for yourself, like the new Samsung SUHD TVs. There's also a Gear 360 booth here, and you also have Alienware machines, clip headphones, and also there's a gaming zone where you can actually try out some of the latest gaming products here. So basically, you come down here, try it out, and you know what you're buying into.
Okay, I'll just remind our viewers at home, if you're coming down here to try things out, we are right in the middle of the Know Your Tech space, so it's quite easy to find us here.
Yeah, I think it's
just need to plug Tech 360. All right, there's going to be a couple of new stuff, I'm sure, being released here, or that they can buy for the first time here. What should they be excited for?
Well, personally, for me, I am looking forward to see the HP Spectre. So the HP Spectre is actually the company's latest notebook, but it's also the world's thinnest laptop, and it's very sleek. In fact, it almost could steer you away from thinking of buying a MacBook for one reason. It has actually 3 USB-C ports rather than that one single port that you just have to charge and transfer data on the MacBook. Now, the HP Spectre is also really beautifully designed, and the hinge itself, when you open it, it's not too obvious. It actually opens up and it hides itself into the laptop, so you don't see anything sticking out like a sore thumb. But overall, I think not just the HP Spectre, there are also other things like, for example, Asus, they are launching their gaming desktop, the ROG G51, if I remember correctly. Now, that is a very powerful gaming desktop. So if anyone is like planning to play the latest games on the desktop, the gaming desktop machine, this is a place to buy.
Okay, speaking of good deals then, if you are in the market for a TV, for example, or any other thing, a laptop, a desktop, how can I be sure that I'm getting a good deal when I come here? Because there are going to be hourly specials. Apart from that, what else would I be looking for?
Well, to actually really figure out whether you're getting a good deal, there's only one word to describe it: research. Because if you do your research prior to coming on the PC show, you actually get to find out what is the original price versus what the hourly deals are. So maybe, for example, if you'd like to check out what's happening, you can look at Stuff.tv. Sometimes we also covered our weekly Stuff picks. We list out all the good deals. And if you look at other sites like Hardware Zone, they do have a comprehensive coverage of the PC show where they show all the brochures. Speaking of brochures, grab as many brochures as possible because that's where you'll figure out what the original price was versus the hourly specials. And sometimes if you just stick around a bit longer during the hourly deals, people will be shouting, oh, we're going even lower for this price. And there are limited sets. If I remember correctly, sometimes they may only sell 2 to 3 sets for the hour, and they're gone in less than 5 minutes.
See, when I tell our viewers we're complimenting each other, do your research on stuff.tv because you've done your research for everyone else to see, and then you'll get to know if you're getting a good deal with whatever you're buying. So there you go. Good, good tip from you there. All right, buying behavior though. In recent years, we've seen a lot of online stores coming up, good deals throughout the year. Will that eventually change the way these things are held, do you think?
Well, in a way, yes and no. Now, make no mistake, PC Show or any of the quarterly IT fairs still have exclusive deals that are only available here, or in some cases, they might be available for in the retail stores that are also exhibiting here at PC Show. But you're right, there are a lot of online stores nowadays that actually offer exclusive deals also on the online stores, and some of the deals are throughout the year. So you don't actually have to wait for every quarter to buy a new TV or a new smartwatch or handphone, because these deals occur like maybe every week or so, and there are sometimes special periods, like for example, Black Friday. The online stores here do practice the Black Friday hype. They will actually sell products at a huge discount. Now, the important thing about online stores is the ease of access. I mean, if you were to come down to a PC show, you want to make sure it's worth your time. And most of the time, people will be buying a TV at maybe 30 to 40% off the normal price. But if you're at home, you can just easily go to an online store, click on it, check out, and they'll deliver the product straight to your doorstep. So I guess it is a fine balance here. There are deals, there are still exclusive deals here, but if you're not really too sure, you want to do your research, you can just go online, check out some of the online store deals, and just purchase it directly.
Okay, no doubt there are a lot of good deals here at the Singapore Expo for the next 4 days. But what about, on a normal day for retailers? You go to a store these days, it's very quiet.
Well,
Do you think they will survive?
I would still think they can survive if they have a strong marketing strategy.
Okay.
Now, as I say, online deals, they are banking on huge discounts for their products. But that's about it. They probably just give you a bit more discounts on a particular product. But let's say you're actually buying, for example, a TV. They could be giving you a free soundbar for that TV. And that actually complements the product that you're buying into. So I think the important thing here is to actually know what you want and how other products can complete the ecosystem. You must make sure that when you buy this particular product, if you need something else to kind of complete the whole experience, whether or not it's given as a complimentary product, or you actually have to shell out a bit more. Whereas if you come to shows like the PC show or any other things like Comex or IT show, they do have such special offers. Like even, for example, like I said earlier, the telcos, they do offer giveaways if you subscribe to their mobile plan. These things, you can't really get it online. So there is still merit for for retailers to come to PC show or even have products selling at their stores.
And as you're talking about that, I can see that it's getting busier and busier. I guess people are getting off work looking for good deals here at the PC show this afternoon. For anyone who's looking to get a new TV, there's SUHD, there's UHD, there's OLED, there's so many different terms and branding attached to a TV these days. Are they all the same? Are they confusing people? I mean, what should they be looking out for when they're buying something?
To be honest, right, sometimes I also get a bit confused by all the terms.
But you've done your homework,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
that's the thing. Doing your homework is important. Again, one word, research. Now, it's not just about doing research. You have to ask yourself first, is it a need or is it a want? I'm not talking about whether or not you need or want a TV. I'm talking about the screen size. So let's say if you're buying a TV for, let's say, your bedroom, you're not going to buy an 80-inch TV. That's definitely not going to fit. It's not going to make you...
It's going to be as big as your bed.
Yeah, so you probably have to really sit all the way back against the wall to watch the TV comfortably. So you got to figure out what's the perfect size for you. So I did mention size, but you mentioned something about the different technologies, SUHD, 4K, OLED. Now, to make it clear, 4K is all about the resolution. So it's like how many pixels you have on the TV. If you are looking at a 4K TV, which I recommend, it's mainly because it's future-proof. The thing is, with 4K TV, you know that there will be new shows that support 4K resolution. So for example, Netflix, you already have shows like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all the Netflix originals that support 4K resolution. And if you're getting a big TV, you might as well get something that's more better resolution, right? But if you're on a budget, Full HD is still okay. But the advice is you should not try to go for a large screen, because when you're looking at the pixels per inch, a larger screen with less pixels means you might see a bit of a grain, but it's not too obvious even for Full HD TV. Now, last thing, the budget. We all know that nowadays TVs, probably you can get a basic one under $1,000. But if, like I said, you're future proofing, be prepared to spend maybe $2,000 to $3,000 for a moderate size 40-inch TV. But if you're going for 50 to 60-inch, well, it's probably going to go up to $5,000 to $6,000. But it is still much cheaper than like 2 years ago, especially the OLED TVs.
I didn't realize that because my TV is like 10
Oh,
years
trust
old.
me, man. Like, I think the OLED TVs were all on the range in the 5-figure sum previously, but now everything has dropped down to 4 figures, like between $6,000 to $8,000. To me, okay, I don't really have that kind of spare cash, but it's still much more affordable than 2 years ago.
And better quality.
Yes, better
TV,
quality
4K,
because
as you mentioned.
you did mention SUHD OLED. So SUHD is actually a standard from Samsung. They have the quantum display technology, which actually widens the color range for TVs. So you actually kind of realize that you see colors that you never knew existed.
Okay, but these things though that you're talking about, you have quantum dot technology, you have HDR. These things, as a normal person, you won't notice unless you're comparing it to something else.
You will notice actually, if let's say for example you're watching a very dark scene. Again, bringing Netflix back to an example, when I watch Daredevil, you know the New York streets are very dark. You can't really see anything. Now, for let's say for example the LG OLED TVs, they bank a lot on the black levels. So that means right, there's a very strong contrast between the black colors and also the other colors. So even if you see a very dark scene, you can still see the full details, and it's just amazing. And again, like back to Samsung's Quantum Dot, as you mentioned just now, it's really the colors. It really pops out, and it makes you realize that, oh my God, why didn't I notice that there were such colors previously? It kind of opens your eyes to a whole new world.
Maybe it's something I should experience with that TV
Yeah,
set
it's just
over
right
there.
behind you, so you can
okay, I'm
find
gonna
it,
go
so.
stand there and have a look. Okay, let's. By the way, we are also broadcasting on 4K if you're watching us on a UHD TV. Yes, we are. Tech 360 is streaming on 4K. Let's talk about smartphones. Since the Samsung Galaxy S7 launched, a lot more new phones have come up. If I only have a budget for one phone, which one do you think is the best one in the market right now?
Wait, how much is your budget? Give me a
Whatever
range.
is the average, $1,000, let's say.
Well,
I mean, that's a
$1,000.
pretty decent.
It is a pretty decent budget, and it can get you very good phones. So, as you rightly mentioned, the Samsung Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge is probably great if you're looking for something that can take good low-light photos, because the cameras for this year's Galaxy phones focus a lot on night photography. So, personally, I've tried it out previously at Marina Bay Sands. You know, they have the
light
every
show.
night they have the light shows. When I took the photo, I actually see all the colors very clearly. Now, if you're not really keen on a Samsung phone, there are other things. Like, for example, you've seen the LG G5 in action, and we've seen how it's actually a modular phone in the sense that it is a phone, but you can add extra add-ons to it. So, for example, they have the Cam Plus that actually is a camera grip, but also allows you to just easily scroll and zoom into a subject. And they also have the LG Hi-Fi Plus. That actually is a DAC, which actually allows you to listen to high-res audio with the LG G5. Then, moving forward, right, there is a lot of accessories that will complement the smartphones. So don't think of just buying the smartphone because, oh, it's great. You must think about what else complements it. So back to, for example, the Samsung phones. This year, they also announced a few other accessories. For example, the Samsung Gear 360. Now, that's actually a 360-degree camera that captures everything in a 360 view. Kind of like what you guys do at Tech 360
That's
for
right.
the first
We
video.
are going to be doing that, yeah.
So it's not just taking things in a 360 perspective, because when it's loaded onto the Samsung Gear VR, into the phone, and then you load into Gear VR, you actually see an immersive virtual reality experience. So you're turning your head, you're looking at the 360 view as it is. So similarly, LG also has 360 cameras, but they also have additional things like, for example, the rolling board, which will be launched very soon. So that's actually a round little board that you can control with the G5. It can even kind of patrol the area randomly, and even has a small little laser to mess with your pets if you have pets at home.
Okay, so we've been talking about the top tier smartphones, which doesn't really sound like phones anymore, more like entertainment devices. What you're paying for?
I think when it comes to Chinese phones, right, the first thing you might think of is Xiaomi. Now, Xiaomi has actually been on the road over the last few years, and they are very affordable products. For example, they recently announced the Xiaomi Redmi. They are very affordable. Now, that is actually a $100 phone, but it has hardware that's actually been arranged good enough for you to actually watch videos, Facebook, WhatsApp, and do anything you want. And it has a decent battery life. Now, if you're looking at other Chinese phones, you also have the Oppo. Now, the Oppo R9, recently we had a go at it, and one interesting thing about the Oppo R9, the front camera is actually a 16 megapixel sensor, much higher than even the rear camera. Now, we all know people love to take selfies nowadays. Selfies for Wi-Fi. So, it makes sense for a front camera to actually have a higher resolution. And this is especially useful because the Oppo cameras also have what we call Beautify 4.0. So that
We all need that.
I need that. You don't need that. No, please. Stop. But the great thing about that is that you can actually automatically beautify the photos. That you can actually automatically use some of the blemishes, the pock marks on your face. But it's not just automatic. You can actually control the level of intensity. But sometimes you don't want it to look too perfect and it looks a bit faded, right?
That's right.
You want to keep it real. So that is some of the Chinese smartphones that we actually that caught our eyes over the last few months.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing your insights.
No worries. Thank you, Tim, for having me
And
along.
if you want to read and do your research before you come here, don't forget to check out Tian He. He's got all the research and all the hard work for you. It's at stuff.tv. That's it for our live stream this hour here at the PC show. We will be back again at 7 o'clock. We're giving away a Dell Inspiron 11 2-in-1. We are right by the door. You won't miss us. We'll see you later.